Good morning, welcome to Snow, SEAT and Paul. My name is Matthew Beard. I'm the General Sales Manager and this is my car of the week. And it literally is my car of the week because this is my car. So this is a SEAT Tarraco 2-litre petrol automatic, Excellence First Edition. It was registered about 6 weeks ago and it's done approximately 2,000 miles. I'm going to show you around this car and point out some of the great highlights that this car is fitted with. So at the front here we've got the latest SEAT LED daytime running lights, which also incorporate the indicators. Moving down a little bit further, we've got front parking sensors, so both on the side of the car here and also on the front. We've got the latest design architecture for the SEAT grille here, and at the bottom this big black box is the car's radar system, and that works in conjunction with, up at the top here, another couple of sensors and a camera as well, which hopefully you might be able to see. This particular car is fitted with 20-inch alloy wheels, and one of the first amazing things about this car is, although it is fitted with really big wheels and tyres, it picks up no road noise, it doesn't crash over bumps, it sits so nicely, it's just silky smooth to drive. It is absolutely beautiful. It is by far the best SEAT I've ever driven. Towards the back of the car here we've got privacy glass on the back, and again moving around to the back we've got parking sensors again on both the side of the car here and around at the back, and also to help us at the bottom here, this little black box is the car's reversing camera. Let's open up the tailgate. So the tailgate is electric, as we can see. So one of the great things about the Tarraco is it can be a 5-seater, as it is here, or underneath the boot floor here we've got an extra 2 seats which can be folded up to turn the car into a 7-seater. My children are grown up now, so I don't need a 7-seater, so I have it in 5-seat configuration. If I wanted to carry something a bit longer and I wanted to fold the back seats down, I can do that from the back of the car in one simple move. So there's a handle on the side here of the boot. If I just pull that, there we go, that allows the backrest to fold down, and then the tonneau cover here will lift out, so we've got plenty of access and a massive boot. Let's just shut that down. We've got very wide rear doors on this car, so that affords a lot of access. So if I open this up, we've got a really nice big aperture to get in and out of. We'll just fold the seats up. So again, talking about the seats, these rear seats here are in what's called a 40-40-20 configuration, so 40-40-20. So the centre section here of the seat can be folded down on its own if you've got longer bits of wood to carry through or anything for the boat. Also the backrest here, the rake can be altered, so this one put further back than this bit, for example, and this row of seats are on runners, so they can be slid backwards and forwards. We've got a step here for little ones to get in and out of the car, and both of the outer seats also benefit from Isofix child seat mountings. Again, to help keep little ones entertained, on the back of both seats here we've got a flight table, so this can be angled like so if you want to put an iPad or something on it to keep them entertained, or it can sit upright to become a table, and also benefits from having a drinks holder on the side. Just fold that back down. Also in the back here we've got an independent heating system, so a climate control system for the rear of the car. We've also got heated seats on the 2 outer seats on this sort of middle row here. A USB port and a 12-volt power socket as well. Let's come round to the front of the car. There's lots of light in the cabin of this car. If I pan the camera upwards, hopefully you'll be able to see that we've got a massive glass panoramic sunroof that runs from the front to the rear of the car, and there's also got a shade, an electronic shade on it as well. So over on the doors we've got the electric windows, door mirrors which fold in electrically when you lock the car. So this car has got keyless entry, so if I want to lock the car up I simply just touch the door handle and the car will lock its doors and fold its wing mirrors in electrically. Driver's front seat is electrically adjustable here and has got 3-stage memory. Over here we've got automatic headlights. Just hop inside so it'll be a bit quieter. I'll shut the car up. So we've got the latest SEAT digital dashboard on here, and I can operate some of the functions on that with the buttons on the steering wheel here, which allow me to cycle through some of the information which can be displayed. So it's sort of in its original configuration, if you like. So we've got a speedometer and a rev counter on here, but we can also have map data displayed on there, all sorts of different things. Automatic headlights, automatic wipers over here. Indicators on this stalk here, and the bottom stalk here is for the cruise control. Audio functions controlled on here. Moving down, climate control system for the front of the car. So we've got dual zone, so driver side, passenger side. Rest function. Okay, so this is normally seen on very high-end German cars. The idea behind this is, let's say for example you drop the children off at an after-school club and you're going to sit in the car. When this function is engaged, although the car's turned off, it will open the air vents under the bonnet, and it will allow the latent heat from the engine to come into the cabin of the car, so you haven't got to keep the car running all the time. A little bit further down, beautiful, silky smooth, 7-speed automatic transmission. So, DSG, the car has got 2 clutches in the gearbox. So, for example, if the car is in first gear, the second clutch can already spin the second gear ratio up. So when the car needs to change from first into second gear, it's silky smooth. You can't feel it at all. Again, because we've got 7 gears in here as opposed to 6 that you'd normally get in a manual car, the car is always in its optimum gear ratio, which means that it will tend to be a little bit more efficient on fuel than a manual car can be. Start stop button for the engine. Then down the side here we've got automatic start stop disable, automatic parking function, and to enable and to disable the parking sensors and camera. So, talking of which, if I just pop the car into reverse, so the parking camera has now been enabled along with the parking sensors. So we've got a little picture of a car here, so we can display the front and rear sensors. The yellow lines here are where the car is going to end up depending on the steering input of the steering wheel. So as I turn the steering wheel, as you can probably see, those yellow lines move to show us where the car is going to end up. So the car has effectively got an autonomous parking system as well fitted. So when that's engaged by pressing that button there, let's say for example we are driving down a high street and we want to parallel park the car. Using the car's camera and its sensors as well, the car will work out once it can find a large enough parking space to fit into. It will then tell you when it's found a big enough space. The car will then take hold of the steering and operate the steering to get the car into the space. You will still be responsible for operating the brake and the throttle. So if you do bump into anything, that's unfortunately down to you. But it's amazing the small spaces that this big car can get itself into using that system. It's absolutely brilliant. A little bit further down, we've got our drive performance selector. So this car has got an eco mode, a normal mode if you like, sport mode, settings mode, so you can individually select how you want the car set up, an off-road function, and a mud and snow function, because this car, as you can see, is 4-wheel drive. Okay, so this car has got a lot of equipment on it. Part of the equipment, if I move over here, is this car is fitted with a BeatsAudio system, so the sound quality in this car is amazing. The infotainment system, which is touchscreen and is up here, controls most of the functions on the car, and we've got various menus down the outside here, as well as these big menus on the screen that we can see. So the top button over here, if I press it, is for the radio. So we've got FM, AM and digital as well. The second function down here is for our media function. Okay, so in terms of how we listen to music or what we can listen to, we can either Bluetooth music to the car, or down at the bottom here, you can probably see we've got 2 USB ports and an audio port. So the car is equipped as standard with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and also MirrorLink. So at the moment I've got 2 phones effectively connected to this car. I've got a Sony Android phone, which I'm using to do this video, and also down here I've got an iPhone. And the iPhone at the moment I'm using to Bluetooth stream music. So what you can see on the screen here is what is currently being streamed from my phone. If I want to change the tracks, I can do so just by pressing the forward and backward arrows on here, and that will allow me to scroll through what's currently being played. So because my other phone here is connected to this via Bluetooth, if my iPhone rings while my Sony phone is connected to the Bluetooth function, I can still answer it, I can still make phone calls on it. So effectively I can listen to music through one phone, but both are connected, and I can receive calls on both phones. So the second button down here takes me into the phone menu. So as you can see, this is actually displaying the phone which is currently connected that I can make phone calls through, is my Sony phone. So I've got the previous call functions on here. I can go through and cycle through my phone contacts as well. So if I wanted to make a phone call through my iPhone, if I press the button up here on the side, it will drop the Sony phone. As you can see, it's picked up my own mobile phone now, and again I can go back to my Sony phone by pressing the button. So it's got lots and lots of functionality. Down here we've got voice command system for the car. Up at the top here we've got navigation system. So this has got SEAT's latest navigation system fitted to it with the latest data updates. The second button down here takes us through to the full link. So again, as I mentioned, we've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and MirrorLink if the phone is connected via a USB cable to one of the little ports at the bottom here. Picture of the car takes us through various different settings on the car, and the one at the bottom takes us back to the beginning. So this car is absolutely crammed with technology. Up at the top here, the buttons here are for the sun blind. This one is for the sunroof. These are for the various lighting systems in the back of the car. And then up at the top here, we've got an SOS button. So the car is fitted with its own SIM card. If, for example, you have broken down or you need to summon the emergency services, if you press the red button here, the car will automatically contact the emergency services. If you are involved in an accident and the car deploys its airbags, then the car will automatically make that phone call for you. If you are incapacitated and you can't talk to the person who answers the phone, then the coordinates from the GPS system inside the car will be sent to the emergency services so they know where you are. Okay, so this car is about 6 weeks old. It's currently done 2,200 miles. The list price for this car is just over £38,000. I'm now selling this car for £33,989. So it's £4,000 off. It is remarkable value for money. If you want more information on this car, if you want to take it out for a test drive to see just how good it is, give us a call on 01202 627 450. Drop us an email to SSPO Sales, so that's Snows Seat Pool Sales at snows.co.uk, or pop in and see us. I will be very sad to see this car go, but I would also like to see the person who buys it and shake their hand.